are things that trigger LEGO Marvel fans! The first Marvel CMF series was really good. Each minifigure had tremendous detail, and fans wanted more. And 2 years later, we finally got our second CMF series. But is it just as good as the first one? Well, that's debatable. For a start, the packaging is new. And I think we know what the reception was like. Personally, I think it's alright. And there are ways to know who's inside, if you have a good scale. As for the minifigures, we have more characters based off the MCU shows. Well, except for this one. We finally get Agatha, who should have appeared in the first CMF series, but it's still good. We finally get Moon Knight as a minifigure, and it is the best CMF minifigure of all time. And of course, we have Mr. Knight. And although it's simple, it's not that bad. We also have Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. I guess that was expected, but Hawkeye is pretty simple. Honestly, Kate Bishop stood out in the show. And this minifigure is good. This would have been a great time to get Kingpin as a minifigure. Or Spider-Man. Well, he didn't appear in the show, but fans speculated that he would appear, but he didn't. So we have no chance of getting this version of Spider-Man. I know that's kind of a stretch, but still. Why? We also have She-Hulk. I know the show wasn't that perfect, but this minifigure is so detailed. But then again, I would have liked to see Daredevil. But I don't think that's gonna happen, so... oh well. Surprisingly, we have Werewolf by Night. Some fans are confused why we have this character, especially since he had a very short movie. I can understand why it feels random, but maybe they're trying to hype up the Midnight Suns, but I don't think that's gonna happen for a very long time. Regardless, it's still a good minifigure. We also have Echo, who's actually getting her own show. Well, the fate of her show is ambiguous right now, and this is the closest we'll ever know about it. For something that's not out yet, it's good, but I can see why it's random as well. Just like Goliath. He's going to appear in season 2 of What If, and the release date on that is also ambiguous. I'm really not sure what to expect, but I look forward to it. But still, this is random. We could have gotten Ultron, Zombie Iron Man, maybe Killmonger or this guy, but worst of all, we still don't know why it's Gamora. Okay, I know that joke is old, but still, why? Last but not least, we finally have X-Men minifigures. We finally get our first ever Beast minifigure, the most perfect Storm minifigure, and another Wolverine. Don't get me wrong, it's a good Wolverine minifigure, but he already appears in so many X-Men sets. Well, the few that we do have, but I would like to see more X-Men characters. There's also the head of a Sentinel. Is this foreshadowing that we're getting an X-Men Mansion set? Probably not, but I hope we get one soon. So overall, this CMF series is good. But some don't like the packaging, some find minifigures completely random, and some aren't just as interested in MCU shows now. I will admit, I have low expectations for MCU shows now. I get people have their own expectations, but I don't want to see Marvel fail. Not everything is going to be perfect. This CMF series might feel random to some people. That's what it's like for all collectible minifigures. You can always pick whatever you want. You don't always have to be a completionist. As for the packaging, it's still new. It might take a while to get used to, but don't let it discourage you. Minifigures are very popular and vital to developing our creativity. It's up to you to decide what your adventure is going to be. That is all I have for now. So until then, I look forward to the next CMF series. Also, when are we gonna get Swamp Thing as a minifigure? Man-Thing. Sorry, I confuse those guys all the time. Why?